you run and hide, 'cause you know we are like I'm truly undefeated. Why? 'Cause together we can win this fight, 'cause together we will hold the line. Gonna keep it tight.
Called the album Invader, and I like the idea. It's he chose it because there's the I and there's the V, and of course it's the fourth album, so it was easy to just make those two letters in capital and mark for the fourth album. And of course, as Pepe says it, as he told it to me, that he likes to think of because he does most of the composing for the music. So he likes to think of his compositions as invading one's ears and brain. So you can't resist them.
It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a perfect depiction of what Invader sounds like. Once you hear it, you cannot get it out of your head. Oh, hello.
Influence?
I think half intentional. We make the conscious choice of like switching into more of or bringing in some modern pop influences. But being poppy has always been a major part of Reckless Love. It's funny how people like the Sleaze fans give us shit about being too poppy, and all the bands that we grew up listening to are really poppy. When you think of Def Leppard and Hysteria album, it's pure pop. David Lee Roth, Skyscraper album, it's complete pop. Same thing with Van Halen's 1984, or when you think of Jump, it sounds like pop. When you think of Van Halen's first album, it still sounds like pop. I mean, there's plenty of basically pop songs on that record. They're just played with, distorted guitars. When you think of Motley Crue, I mean, Girls, 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 it's a really poppy song. So it's just done with distorted guitars. So it's a natural part of Reckless Love. That's how we express ourselves. From the flu, I had a really bad case of. I mean, for the past week I've been battling this flu intensively. I had high fever. I basically lost my voice a couple of nights ago. I'm starting to get better from that flu, but there was a couple of really rough shows for me, and feeling really bad on stage. It completely takes everything out of you, and I went to a point where I couldn't do the sound check. I couldn't speak because I had no voice. But then when the show started, the amount of support that you get from the audience, and that's the biggest thing. Everywhere, the amount of support from the audience and the response from the audience. But every time when the house is packed, tonight is being sold out. I know that for a fact. And I know that the people come to see us and they leave the house with big smiles on their faces. That's the best part for me every time. Of course, there's a couple of places that really that I really remember. Nottingham Rock City was one of the nights that I remember still. There was a biggest crowd on this tour. The line went all around the building, and what a crazy response from the crowd. It's also a really good venue, so it was a pleasure performing there. I'd have to say something from Germany, of course. Germany was we did 8 shows in Germany, so probably the one in Munich, that was really good. We had a day off in Munich, so I had a really good time, and I also had quite possibly the best pint of beer in my life in Munich. Really good show too.
Good to remember.
yeah. One of those warm memories that I can think of when I'm old and weary. You would have to ask that from our booking agent, and quite possibly the reason is that there's just not a good offer. I mean, we don't get to choose where we go. We would love to come to Spain, and we have been there a couple of times. But then again, when people plan a tour, there's plenty of factors that you have to take in consideration. I mean, you just cannot do 20 shows in a row, because 20 nights in a row singing, an hour and a half of heavy metal on stage. It's gonna wear your voice out. You're gonna break your voice. So you have to think of sequencing the whole tour, And then again, it all comes down to money, basically. I mean, if the offer from a certain country is such a small offer, and you would end up losing money by going there, it doesn't make any sense to go there. But of course, we realize that sometimes you just have to do it, because you have to invest. When you do this show, and even though you lose money, the next time you might be able to make some money out of it. So we have done those shows, and but you just can't keep doing them like forever. And sometimes sometimes it's possible, and sometimes it can be because of the venue that have given us the offer, and the dates just don't add up. I mean, we have already confirmed some dates in Germany, and the dates that are free, well, doesn't fit in the schedule for the Spanish venue. So there's a number of reasons, but hang in there. We will come at one point, and if well, we will come. Don't worry. we don't forget. We will not forget you.
We will. What do you
I don't know. It's I wish I could give you a good answer, but I don't have any answer for it. I mean, well, Finland always keeps pumping up new rock bands. We have Santa Cruz with us here tonight. They're also from Finland, a brilliant band, young, talented dudes. We've known them for years. They already had the band back in 2009 when we were recording our first record. That's when we first met them. And now this is the second album that they've got now, and they just released it last year. And I think they have found their own voice, and they have this really cool brand of heavy metal. It's a bit more metallic than Reckless Love, but they're such a brilliant band. You should really check them out.
metal or bands?
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on the crowd. I mean, if people just don't buy the albums nowadays, or people just, they just go onto YouTube and watch everything for free. So basically, it doesn't support the band at all. So it's really tough for the band to make any kind of success, or to make the thing grow if you only lose money on doing it. So it's really rude of me to say, and I'm not even thinking of it as being rude. But then again, I mean, it's possible, but it's really difficult. I thought that there was not going to be another Michael Jackson or another Madonna or another huge pop star, but Lady Gaga proved me wrong. She did it, and she's a stadium class act nowadays. But it takes a lot of tough, hard work, and times are different. So rock bands, they have different types of working than just pop artists. So you never know. I think world is waiting for the next big rock and roll band, but as long as Iron Maiden is playing huge arenas and flying with their own airplane, and everybody goes to the Iron Maiden show and don't care about new acts, they're gonna keep Iron Maiden going forever. And it's not anybody's fault. Iron Maiden is a great band. I like them. I love them myself. But then again, it's just a matter of if you like the old stuff, stick with the old stuff. If you like the new stuff, go see them live. Buy the T-shirt. Buy the ticket. Support the band. That's how it starts. So this is a tough choice, because every now and then it changes, and the record is still fairly new. So, but if I had to pick one, the one that we've been doing on this tour, we've been playing We Are the Weekend, and every time it has got a great response from the crowd. So I have to pick that one. But then of course I love Child of the Sun. It's such a crazy synth-driven song. It's almost like Radio Gaga for Reckless Love, or Jump, or something like that. It has guitars coming in the middle part. It's not rock and roll at all. It's pop, and I fucking love that. Oh yeah, it's Pretty Boy Swagger. It's a weird song. I love that.
It's you.
Exactly. So it changes every day. But let's go with We Are the Weekend this time.
Okay.
I think that's just hypocrite bullshit. Because I mean, there's nothing that really shows. I mean, I think the video is beautiful. There's nothing like, it's not porn. There's nothing like, yeah, well, you can see the nipple, you know, or a shadow of a nipple at some places. But what the fuck? Read the nipple. It's just a fucking nipple. You can see my nipples at every show when I take my shirt off. So what's the big taboo with women's nipples? I don't get it.
I like your answer.
Personally, I think they're beautiful.
I think the same.
Yeah.
Go and fuck themselves.
And,
It's
you know,
like
I mean,
just
I don't think that it's like making a mockery out of. You know, I don't think that we are, you know, abusing women with that video. No, on the contrast, we wanted to create something artistic, and you know, to do it with shadows instead of like getting a full nude pictures. Like, you know, that's not the point. The point is just making it, you know, because a female body is such a beautiful thing, so why not display it beautifully? And I think we succeeded in that. If somebody wants to, if somebody wants to censor it, well, it's their problem.
yeah.
I'd like them to remember a great show that they went to and had some really good time. That's what I want them to have a smile on their face when they think of Reckless Love.
It's so lovely.
When you start thinking about it, it feels weird. But I don't really think about it because I try to make the most out of it every moment. And you know, I try to live in the moment. But every now and then, after a really good show, and when you go into the bus and into the bunk and you turn off the lights, and you just before you go to sleep, you know, you start to think of your loved ones who are waiting you at that home. And you start to think of where did you come from and how did you get here. So it feels like a lifetime. It feels like I'm already living my second life now. So it's been a long journey, and so much has happened already. You know, there's nothing that I could give away, I could change ever, because I think I've lived a really rich life in sense of what I've experienced so far. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Wow!
Oh,
That's
are you
amazing
okay?
as well. There's one more memory. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Can I crack?
Oh, that was shit. I thought it was you.
No, it would be funny. Okay, so I'm finished now.
Yeah.
Closest thing we can get from Scandinavian girls tonight. On a really serious side though, there's one common